So raw food in college can be hard on its own, but what about dealing with the stress of that college brings, and the increased workload, increased responsibility, just general lack of sleep, and surrounded by people who don't want to be healthier or aren't striving to be healthy like you are. That can be hard on top of finding fresh, ripe fruit and vegetables. So basically, how to deal with the stress? You want to get your carbs in, you want to get your sleep in, you want to get your water in. So what does that mean? That means drinking at least 3 liters a day, getting at least eight, getting the best would be 12 hours of sleep. But it's college, so it's hard. So the water thing, that's easy in college. You just bring a drink bottle, fill it up. There's water fountains everywhere on campus. Doesn't matter where you are. Fill up the water, drink the water. You have an hour-long class. Make sure you pee during class, so you know that you're getting enough water. I take a lot of acting classes, and that is fucking hard to hold it in because you're doing a scene, you're doing something, you're doing work, and you can't just leave in the middle of the scene, or your scene partner is going to say, "What the fuck?" So that's hard, but that's like an exception. Other classes you could leave whenever. Make sure you drink a lot of water. If you have a test, make sure you drink a lot of water beforehand, and then pee right beforehand as well. So you have the juices flowing. You don't want to dehydrate yourself before a test. That's the worst thing you do. You want to carb the fuck up, and yeah. The water is fine, but the sleep is the hard part. So what you want to do is take as many credits as you can handle. If you're a freshman, I would advise taking no more than 12, in most American universities at least. So this coming semester, I'll be taking 19 or 20, including a play that I hopefully get into. So that's more than I usually take, just because the play. So what I'm going to have to do is really budget my time. So really make time to get the rest in, to get in stress-reducing activities like cycling, like, hanging out with good people, like just chilling by myself, going for walks, running, hiking, making time for those times, making time for those things is critical in dealing with stress. And also time management will help you do that. So basically, you want to say, okay, I have to read this by this time, and this by this time. So what I do is, last semester I had to do a lot of reading, environmental books and stuff, because my major is environmental humanities, if you don't know, and so it's essentially like environmental science. So basically, I had to read a lot of papers, a lot of books, a lot of fiction and nonfiction novels, of course. So I had to do a lot of reading, had to do a lot of papers. So what I did is whenever I had the time, I did the papers, and I did the reading. So, my major is fun enough that I enjoy reading the stuff that they give me in class. I hope that's for you too, because I don't know why you're taking that major, taking that class if you're not enjoying it. You're getting into all that debt, probably, maybe, and you're not enjoying the class. That's fucked up. So first advice is to get a major that you want, but if college isn't for you, then get out. It's silly. So basically, back to the point. So I look at what I have to do, and I do it beforehand, way before it's due. So if something happens, if a death in the family, or I want to go training more, or the sun's out, I don't have to work, and I could just enjoy the moment. So I get it. Say I get a paper assignment that's due on Monday, and it's Friday. I get home that day, and I fucking bang it out. I do it. At the very least, I do the first page, because then I have the creative juices flowing, and then the next day, on Saturday morning, I'll crank it out, because I was able to sleep on it, and then I can just totally go through it with a clear head Saturday morning. Maybe go for a quick bike ride in the morning, drink a 12 banana smoothie, get some water in, and just plow through it, and then I'm done until Monday, and I can work on other stuff as well. Whether it be fitness or YouTube stuff or other work. So So that's the biggest tip, is time management and getting the stuff done when you can. And don't wait till the last minute, because that's when you lose sleep. That's when you stress out. So avoid that. So the best solution, it's like diet. It's like health. The way to avoid heart disease is to not do stuff that cultivates heart disease. Being lethargic, just being on your ass all day, and eating a high-fat standard American diet will get you heart disease. And what will get you results that you want in college? Doing the work ahead of time, getting enough sleep, water, sugar, so have the energy, your body's working at optimal capacity, and that it'll take care of the other stuff. So it'll take care of stress because you're taking care of your body, and that includes your mental, your mental sort of prowess. So if you have this really big exam to study for, don't wait till the last minute and say, oh well, I really should study this for this exam, but it's too much. I can't handle it. I'm just gonna I'm gonna play StarCraft. You could do that, of course, but accept the consequences that you're gonna have to cram for it, and you're not dealing with it. So the best thing to do, like anything in life, is to say, okay, this is the situation. What's my plan of action? In that scenario, you have a giant test. Study chapters 1 to 3 on Monday, or focus on chapter 1 or whatever for the week, and study weeks, months, whatever in advance for this test. Say you're done with chapter 1 in class and you're moving on to chapter 2 the next week. That weekend, go over chapter 1 so it's fresh in your mind, and keep doing that for the other things. So that's what I do when I memorize lines. I look over the first bit and I memorize that, and then I sort of accumulate the other bit. So you get bit 1, bit 2, bit 3. Memorize bit 1, cool. Memorize bit 2, cool. But what I do to memorize bit 2 is I do bit 1, including bit 2. Same thing with bit 3, etc. Hope that makes sense. So getting early nights is easy in college if you have a roommate that respects it. When I was away at college, my roommate Dave was phenomenal, and he knew that I was into health. I wasn't as crazy as I am now into it, but I would make sure I would always get to bed by 10, and he knew, and he would always stay up, but he would go to the common room. He'd see that I'm winding down, and he'd say, all right, have a good night, I'll see you. And that was really cool. So I would recommend finding somebody that either has the same sort of mentality as you, or somebody that respects it and says, fuck, I respect that, do it. So then you can get the early nights, and you can, find the fruit. That's another problem. That's probably another video. But basically, try and find a wholesaler in the area. If you can't, most colleges can do high carb cooked for you. So that's always second best. But you want to find the fruit because it's optimal. And so if this video helps you, if you're in college, if you got a Space Marine hat on you, if you like flamingos, like this video so I can keep pumping more out. Share this with somebody who's in college who says, a vegan diet, a healthy living is fucking impossible in college. I'm doing it. It's easy. I know some friends of mine are doing it. And, if you want something, you're going to get it. And, just because other people aren't doing it around you doesn't mean it's a bad thing or that you should stop. If anything, you should be the light for them. So they can say, oh shit, you can do that. So basically, yeah. So comment, let me know what you think. Like I said, share this video, like this page, and subscribe so I can keep pumping these out. And yeah. So thanks for your support. Love you guys, and I'll see you soon. It's Jared signing out. And let me know your comments, your questions. No questions too silly. No questions too personal. That's what I'm here for. It's full transparency. So see you soon. I'm going to go enjoy the weather.